Hello everyone, welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we'll be celebrating with a special jersey giveaway. 2 lucky subscribers will have the chance to win a jersey of their choosing. Whether you're a diehard fan or you're just joining the fun, this giveaway is our way of saying thank you for your support. So spread the word, hit that subscribe button, and let's reach our goal by the end of July. Now, back to the video. Well, the U.S. men's national team get grouped. They couldn't score against Uruguay, and their poor performance against Panama cost this team a chance to advance into the quarterfinals of Copa America. And the saddest part is that this whole tournament was played on U.S. soil. Home field advantage in America, playing at home. And they couldn't finish out of a group with Panama, with Bolivia, and then obviously Uruguay is good, but they played well against Uruguay. They just couldn't score. Now, there is a lot to dissect. First of all, let's talk about the game, okay? I thought the U.S. men's national team played really well against Uruguay. I think they really wasn't any sign of weakness or anybody that was bad besides the only thing that was bad about this game was the refereeing. The refs were terrible. I mean, it was like a damn fight club. It was a brawl on the field. People were getting beat up. Tyler Adams getting a yellow card for having his ankle look like it was snapped in half or stepped on. But I mean, they played well, honestly. They played well. They just couldn't score, which is the downfall of Gregg Berhalter's career. He can't produce scoring opportunities or tactics that leads to goals. That's why he got fired at Hammarby in the Swedish second division, because he couldn't score goals. He couldn't score goals. So they fired him. And then he replicates that, brings that to the U.S. men's national team. And today, they could not score a goal. They played well everywhere else. Center backs were good. Midfield was solid. Now, Pulisic kind of disappeared a little bit. Pulisic didn't play his best game. But they could not score a goal in this match. And you have to be able to score goals if you want to beat these good teams. And yeah, I put that on Gregg Berhalter. You could say the players didn't play hard enough. Well, they played hard enough today, but they could not score. Couldn't score. And you have to be able to score on these teams if you want to advance. Now, they played in a group with Bolivia, Panama, and Uruguay, and we couldn't advance. Canada just advanced with Peru, Chile, and Argentina, and we couldn't advance. Yes, Mexico got grouped as well, but Mexico is bad. They're not good. They're bad as well. This is the lowest the U.S. men's national team has been since that night when we failed to qualify for the World Cup in 2017 against Trinidad and Tobago. This is equally as bad as that, because in 2 years, we're going to be entering the most important soccer year in our nation's history. And this is what we have to show for it, getting grouped in 2024 when they made it to the round of 16 at the 2022 World Cup. This same team, this is the guy you wanted to keep around to let him grow with these players. This guy. This is who you wanted to keep. This loser. Voldemort. That's what you wanted? There needs to be some firings on Monday. Needs to be some firings. Gregg Berhalter needs to go. Matt Crocker needs to go. Jay Berhalter needs to go. Nepotism needs to be done with. Hire the best person for the job. This is unacceptable. I'm telling you right now, if Gregg Berhalter is employed next week, by the end of the week, I'll give it to. If he's still employed, you're going to see the biggest U.S. men's national team boycott in the history of our nation. By far. Because nobody can support this guy. He's a loser. He doesn't know how to win. He beats up on vulnerable Mexico, who's getting grouped as well. That's his signature win, is beating bad Mexico. That's his signature win. I just didn't think there was any chance. I joked about it. I talked to friends about it. I didn't think there was any chance that this team would be grouped. Any chance. I didn't think this team was going to be grouped. I thought that talent alone would carry this team and propel them to beating Bolivia and beating Panama. Sure, Uruguay, that was going to be an uphill battle to begin with because they're loaded. They're like, honestly, per capita, they're probably the best soccer nation in the world. 4 million people live in the country and they produce in this type of talent. Yeah, I didn't expect this to beat Uruguay because you have to have a competent manager to do that. We don't have that. But to get grouped on U.S. soil, what are we doing? That's unacceptable. I just don't know where we're supposed to go from here if they do not fire Gregg Berhalter. I don't know where we're supposed to go because if they keep him, which is unacceptable, what is the vision? What are you selling? Getting grouped? If we're getting grouped with Panama, Bolivia, and Uruguay, what do you think is going to happen in 2026 in the World Cup when there's better teams? What do you think is going to happen then? Does anybody really have any confidence that Gregg Berhalter is going to be able to lead this team into the most important soccer year of its in our nation's history and lead us to win or to some positive results? Does anybody really believe that? I mean, if you do, there's a very small minority of you. There's not many. I mean, the guy is a deadbeat coach. He's a failure at Hammarby in the Swedish second division. He never won a major trophy with the Columbus Crew in MLS, and then he beats up on vulnerable Mexico. He does lose to Canada, though. He does do that. You know, our other American coach and Jesse Marsh is doing pretty well. Got out of the group stage, a tougher group stage with less talent in Canada. Maybe he wouldn't have been a bad hire. Maybe you think we could have done better, but he would have been better than what Gregg Berhalter is. If you were given the option of Gregg Berhalter or Jesse Marsh, or are you going to tell me you're going to pick Gregg Berhalter over Jesse Marsh? The saddest part is that even with we should have never been in a situation to begin with. We should have taken care of business with Panama. We should have beaten them. Should have never lost to Panama. I don't care if Timothy Way got a red card. I don't care about that. You have to put Panama away. You have to. You have to. Should never been in this position to where you had to beat Uruguay essentially to advance. Should never came to that. But even still, this team could not score. They can't score. It's an issue in the Gregg Berhalter era. We can't score. So what does he do, right? Did he coach this game like his job depended on it? Did he coach this game like his job was on the line? No, he didn't. He coached this game like he was safe, like, in bubble wrap. Like there's no urgency whatsoever. That's how he managed this game. From the starting 11 that he rolled out, which was essentially the same, except for Musa was in place for Timothy Weah. There was no urgency to attack, to get some goals, to score. We can't score. Where was Haji Wright? Why didn't they have Gio play underneath as more of a 10? There's just no urgency from this man at all because there is complacency. He feels safe. He feels like no matter what the results are, he was going to keep his job. You cannot be like that. He should have coached today like his job was on the line. I want you to tell me, do you guys believe that Gregg Berhalter was managing this game like his job was on the line? Was he managing this job was he managing this game like his job was on the line today? Because if he was, he doesn't give a damn about his job. Doesn't give a damn about his job. And that's the thing, is they played well. They just can't score. Tim Ream and Chris Richards were solid. Nunez didn't have a good game. So I just they have to move in a different direction. We have seen the Gregg Berhalter experiment. It's been lasting for 5 years now. We know what he is. There is no mystery with him. This is the silver lining. You know what Gregg Berhalter is. He's a grouped Copa America loser who is not going to take this team any further and should have never been rehired. The U.S. Soccer Federation has a chance to right their wrongs, fire him right now or tomorrow, and get a manager in place who can actually give this team a chance to succeed to their best abilities for the 2026 World Cup. I mean, do you know how bad it's going to be in 2026 if we get absolutely embarrassed? We have to have a good showing in 2026. We have to. We have to. We can't embarrass ourselves again like this. We can't embarrass ourselves like this. We have got to go out there. We've got to pony up some money. We have got to hire a competent coach, which there are several of them out there. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Let's not make up lies and say we can't do better than Gregg Berhalter. We can, and they don't have to speak English. They need to just be the best coach for this team. I don't care about how many languages they speak or anything like that. I care about how well they can manage this team. But we need to go out there. We need to hire the best coach we can because there are plenty of them out there that would take this job. Okay. And I'm going to make a list soon about managers who I want to see. I'm going to make a top 5 list of managers I'd like to see coach the U.S. Men's team soon, who I think we could get. But that's what we need to do. We need to instill some confidence. We need to make a change. We need to get this manager in here, let him build his system for 2 years before the World Cup, and prepare for the most important year in our soccer history in this nation. There is no spinning this. I don't want to hear Weah. I don't want to hear about the referee. I don't want to hear about any of that. This is unacceptable, and it can't happen. It cannot happen. So, yeah, what do you guys think? What is the morale? I mean, obviously everybody's upset. What are you guys thinking? Do you think he's actually get fired? Because I'm going to do everything in my power, along with other prominent national team fans and accounts, are also going to do everything they can to make sure this man, Gregg Berhalter, Voldemort, no aura, bald loser, doesn't step on the sidelines again for the U.S. men's national team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification if you haven't already. And just try to hang in there, guys. We'll see what happens. Things are going to be interesting, but they better fire this man. They better fire this man. Until next time, I'll see you all soon.